You can retire in Portugal's oldest university city for less than most coastal expat towns. But Coimbra isn't what most retirees picture when they think of Portugal. It's not branded like Lisbon. It's not beach casual like the Algarve. And that's exactly why it works. The University of Coimbra was founded in 1290. This city has been educating Europe since before Columbus, before the printing press transformed the continent, before Portugal built one of the great maritime empires in history. And at the center of that centuries-old intellectual life sits the Biblioteca Joanina, a Baroque library that feels less like a room and more like a golden thought, preserved in wood, paint, and silence. We will get into that story, and it is a remarkable one later in this video. I'm Penelope with StockFocus.com, and today we're in Coimbra, Portugal. This is a functioning university city with trains, hospitals, supermarkets, and pricing that still reflects local life rather than tourist demand. In 2026, Coimbra sits in a different category, more affordable than Lisbon and Porto, more connected than most inland towns, and structurally built for long-term living. If you're thinking about retiring in Portugal, this is where the conversation shifts. So let's break it down. Not the travel version, the actual cost and what it buys you. Coimbra sits in central Portugal, roughly halfway between Lisbon and Porto. By fast train, Porto is about an hour and a half away. Lisbon is roughly 2 hours. Coimbra has no commercial flights. Your gateway is Porto Airport, with non-stop service to over 100 destinations, including a new daily Delta flight from New York JFK, launched in May 2026. Lisbon is roughly 2 hours south and adds even more transatlantic options. Aveiro, Portugal's Venice, is 45 minutes by train. Bucaco National Forest, 20 kilometers away, has ancient woodland and a jaw-dropping former royal palace now operating as a hotel. Fatima is an hour south by car, and the Atlantic coast at Figueira da Foz, one of Europe's widest beaches, is only 40 kilometers west. Coimbra feels inland. It is not. The university student presence helps keep the city alive. It also helps keep the prices from drifting into luxury retirement territory. Coimbra's pricing reflects what it is. Not a capital city, not a resort. A functioning university hub with real local demand. And that shows up clearly in the numbers. Let's break it down. Housing? A one-bedroom apartment in the historic center or near the university typically ranges from 650 to 900 euros per month. Expect older buildings, compact layouts, and staircase access. Outside the center, areas like Solemn or the flatter residential zones further from the old city, you'll find one-bedrooms from 500 to 700 euros, often with more space, better layouts, and easier day-to-day logistics. Healthcare premiums in year one, private insurance for your visa, typically run 70 to 170 euros per month, depending on age and coverage. We will cover the healthcare structure in detail shortly. Groceries, approximately 220 to 320 euros per month for a single person. Portugal's grocery pricing remains stable, especially if you shop local markets. Fresh produce, bread, olive oil, eggs, and fish are accessible and affordable. Imported goods, especially American brands, carry a premium. Dining? This is where Coimbra separates itself. Because it is a student city. The daily lunch menu, known as Prato do Dia, typically runs 10 to 15 euros, often including a main dish, a drink, and coffee. Dinner for one at a mid-range restaurant, 15 to 25 euros. Dinner for 235 to 60 euros. A realistic monthly dining budget runs 250 to 450 euros, depending on frequency. And because this is a university city, eating out does not always mean white tablecloths and tourist menus. Simple neighborhood lunches exist here in a way they do not in the Algarve. Utilities. Electricity, water, and gas typically run 100 to 160 euros per month. Older buildings can run higher in winter due to insulation. Heating matters more than cooling in Coimbra. Air conditioning is less common than in the United States. Internet and mobile. Fiber internet is widely available in Coimbra. Combined internet and mobile plans typically run 35 to 60 euros per month. Reliable speeds, no need for premium packages. Transportation. A monthly public transit pass runs approximately 30 to 40 euros. Coimbra is walkable, but vertical. The old city is built on hills. Buses matter. A car is optional. If you choose to own one, budget around 150 to 250 euros per month for insurance, fuel, and maintenance. The bottom line, a realistic Coimbra monthly budget for a single person could be approximately 1,355 to 2,100 euros per month. That is the Coimbra story. It is not luxury at a discount. It is dignity at a rational price. There is something about this city worth understanding. Because Coimbra is not just old, it is foundational. The University of Coimbra was founded in 1290. Since before Portugal's Age of Discovery, before Vasco da Gama opened the sea route to India, before the Jesuits spread Portuguese influence across 3 continents, students have been walking these hills. And at the center of that intellectual history is the Biblioteca Joanina. Built between 1717 and 1728 under King Wau V, the library's interior is covered in floor-to-ceiling gilded wood carvings, painted ceilings, and Baroque excess that stops people in their tracks. But here is the detail that tells you everything about this place. The library houses a colony of bats. At night, the bats emerge and eat the insects that would otherwise damage. The priceless manuscripts. The library has been using the same pest control system for over 300 years. That is Coimbra. Ancient, practical, and a little unexpected. Your walk to coffee might pass a medieval arc. Your afternoon might include a university courtyard. Your evening might include fado, but not the Lisbon version. Coimbra has its own fado tradition, entirely separate from Lisbon's. It is tied to the students, to the Black academic capes, to old graduation rituals that have continued for centuries. Coimbra fado is more melancholic, more structured, more rooted in academic culture. It is performed at night, often outdoors by students or graduates, who have earned the right to sing it. This is a city where youth and age live beside each other. Students keep the city young, history keeps it grounded, and retirees get the benefit of both. Healthcare, how it functions. Portugal operates a universal public system called the SNS. As a legal resident, you register at your local Centro de Saúde and receive a Número de Utente, your health identification number. Most retirees use a hybrid model: public SNS registration for baseline coverage, private insurance for faster access and English-speaking care. Private insurance for a couple in their 60s typically ranges from 200 to 350 euros per month, depending on coverage. Coimbra is especially well-positioned here. It is a university city with a serious medical presence. The Coimbra University Hospital, Centro Hospitalar e Universitario de Coimbra, is one of the largest hospital complexes in Portugal. Public care is low cost, but can involve waiting times for non-urgent procedures. Private consultations typically require modest co-payments depending on your plan. Pharmacies are widely available, and prescription drugs are heavily subsidized compared to US pricing. The system is structured, functional, and widely used by residents. It is not concierge medicine, but it is accessible and predictable. Let's put in some StockFocus portfolio math. If your goal is 2,000 euros per month fully funded from investments using the 4% rule, you would need approximately 600,000 euros invested. But most retirees do not fund retirement entirely from their portfolio. If Social Security provides 1,800 euros per month, your funding gap may only be 200 euros. To cover a 200 euro monthly gap, you would need approximately 60,000 euros invested. For retirees with a pension or Social Security base, it can be financially viable. Want to estimate whether Coimbra fits your retirement budget? Visit StockFocus.com to use our free retirement calculator and interactive city cost map, personalized for your income, savings, and lifestyle goals. Featuring a tax comparison module that helps you see your estimated tax liability in your new location compared to where you live now. Visas and residency. Most American retirees use the D7 visa, Portugal's passive income visa. For 2026, the main applicant must demonstrate minimum passive income of 920 euros per month, which equals 11,040 euros annually. A spouse requires an additional 50% of that amount. Applicants must obtain a Portuguese tax number NIF, open a Portuguese bank account, show proof of accommodation, maintain private health insurance. After 5 years of legal residence, you may apply for permanent residency. Regarding citizenship, Portugal's parliament approved legislation in October 2025 extending the citizenship residency requirement from 5 years to 10 years. Though as of early 2026, the law remains under constitutional review and its final status is uncertain. Applicants should plan conservatively and assume a 10-year timeline for citizenship eligibility. So, who is Coimbra right for? If you want a university city instead of a resort, if you want trains to Porto and Lisbon but do not need to live in either, if you want history, cafes, public squares, bookshops, river views, and a slower rhythm that still has real infrastructure underneath it, it may not be right for you if you need beaches on your doorstep. If you want a large English-speaking expat bubble, if you dislike hills and stairs as part of daily life, or if you need capital city energy every night of the week. But if your goal is a smart, affordable, culturally rich retirement in Portugal, Coimbra belongs near the top of your list. Check the StockFocus cost map for the latest 2026 updates. And subscribe as we continue building the world's most practical retirement city library. I'm Penelope from StockFocus.com. Thank you for watching. Obrigada. Até a próxima.